Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Cities with John. I am This Old Gamer, and I'm thrilled to have you along for the ride today, as we are all set for Downtown episode 21. We are going to be working on the area right beside the main canal. On either side of it, some very valuable land that is going to be filled with multiple types of businesses. Stick around, we'll be right back.
This Old Gamer is paid for by contributions by viewers like you, and by... Well, when your time is up, come see us at Amagon Funeral Home and Crematorium. The Amagon family has been serving Sloop John Island since 1919, with 6 locations to serve you and your family in your time of need. Yes, just listen to some of these satisfied customers.
I got George's ashes back 24 hours after he passed.
Margaret's dead. Amagon helped me.
They were more gentle with Frank's body than I ever was.
Amagon Funeral Home, 'cause when you die, you're gone.
So I literally stared at this area from above multiple angles for a long time. I had a complete mental block. I did not know exactly what I wanted to do with this area. It's very tight right around the canals, and I thought I had multiple ideas. I thought I could maybe squeeze in some more medium-sized office buildings and things like that, but ultimately I settled on what I am creating today, which is 3 different types of businesses right together, 3 different types of demand, I guess you could say, as far as the game goes, squeezed in all around this middle canal. Now this is the right canal, and I went ahead and built a little courtyard coming off of the very corner of this federal district, Midtown. We are still in Midtown. This area is going to be considered part of Midtown. So I thought a neat thing coming off of this cobblestone street here would be some outside cafes and some areas for people to go have lunch, maybe grab a adult beverage after work, something along those lines. So that is what we're starting off by creating here right off the bat. I also put in this little gray stone walkway that goes all the way around the canal, and went ahead and put an invisible path there so people will actually walk down it. And we're going to line that up with some businesses and some mostly little commercial spots here momentarily. But first things first, we're just kind of building this outdoor cafe. These little Guinness cafe signs and stuff really work well when you're wanting to make like a little outdoor patio type cafe. I think it works very well, and that's what we're kind of starting off with. How have you been? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Welcome to all my new subscribers out there. I have a new commercial that I've been airing during some What Map episodes. So if you found me through BonBonB, be sure to leave a comment. I'm glad to have you along for each and every ride, and I hope you enjoy my channel and go back and check out some of the history of this downtown series. Again, this is episode 21, so it's really flying along. I'm having a great time building it. I'm using a few things I haven't used before. One is right here, this ploppable grass, which I haven't used very often, but I just didn't want that dead grass look right around this cafe. I wanted to kind of look a little bit more alive. And I used these C-shaped curbs, just kind of create a pathway and some division between this Starbucks here and the Guinness place. This is a one-stop shop for everything you possibly need. You have your caffeine on one side of the sidewalk and your alcohol on the other. This little luau restaurant I actually used, I believe, in episode number 5 in the Fern Valley district of my map. So I'm just kind of using it again right here. It does have the dreaded parking spots built in, but being that it's on the corner, it kind of works out. And this little strip along the sidewalk, along this canal, we're just going to put in some little restaurants and spots to get drinks and stuff. This will be just like a little canal side path with multiple places to just walk down and check out while you're in the area. And, you know, like I said, a good place for people to walk over and take their lunch. Now here's a fine American establishment, Hooters. Yes, Hooters. If that doesn't say America's the greatest country on earth, I don't know what does. I've only been to Hooters once. Their wings are pretty good. There's better wings out there. I'm actually moving this Hooters down a little bit closer to the corner. There's going to be a little, well, I already put it in. There's a little path there leading off of this road. This road is, of course, underneath this upper deck, this double-decker design that most of downtown has. I debated on possibly putting another bridge here connecting over the canal, but ultimately decided just to keep it the way it was because there's enough connections bringing you over, and I didn't really see a point in having one. Now, I'm sure I will regret this. Like, by the time we get to like downtown episode 30, I'll have such bad traffic problems that I'll be like, man, I wish I would have put a bridge in there. But thing is, if I have to, I have to. But what I end up building on the other side of the street is going to make that a little bit more difficult. So here I am just making a little bit of a courtyard with these canopies. I also use these canopies in the outdoor mall near the Curve, the outdoor mall from downtown episode 6.
It's no swerve, it's the curve.
Serve as a sunshade for people wanting to do a little outside dining and hanging out and networking next to all these federal buildings. A lot of important people get their breakfast and coffee and things right along the strip, and it's a nice little walk, burn some calories and get some steps in the middle of your day if you're working in that federal district. So Hooters, we have some outdoor tables and chairs for the Hooters with some matching umbrellas, and also if you're getting some juice at the juice place there, the smoothie center, you can also is it smoothies or I don't know, the I Am Peach juice bar. People are just flying in there. If you end up wanting to sit outside to drink your juice, then that's the place you can do that. You can certainly do that. This generic building here, we just put some burger signs on the side, and then this ice cream parlor also carries the vanilla coffee that the game has. I'm just adding a few little props here or there to kind of make these buildings have a little bit more pizzazz than they do with just their regular workshop versions. Putting in some curves and adding some additional trees. And using Prop the Gobles and Rico and all that makes that all very much possible. Now, here is the other side of the street, and this is an area that I decided to kind of go with a bit of an industrial feel. If you recall, down in this sunken tram, you can see the little dirt road there leading down into the sunken tram area. That is an electrical building down there that kind of is the main power source for the city's tram system, which is absolutely booming. I have about 900 citizens a week take the tram around town, and a lot of tourists as well. So here I'm using some ploppable asphalt that works really well, but there's a bit of a hill there that I'm going to have to kind of work around due to the road being a tad bit hilly underneath this overpass. But yeah, so this is going to serve as a large electrical company / oil filling area right next to the canal. It doesn't really have an official title, but I just kind of wanted to do industry here because I thought I could pull off kind of a industrial zone right next to this canal. I had some people kind of recommend, why don't you try to put some industry next to these canals where you can actually have boats going up and down the canals. I kind of played around with that, but I don't know if it's a combination of these canals being like workshop canals, or maybe that they're just not deep enough because they're pretty shallow canals. But the boat pathways were not working with these. So unfortunately, that's not going to be possible, and I'm sure as heck not going to redo the canals. That was quite the chore, and for me to destroy them and attempt to redo them would be catastrophic to the city of Sloop John Island, to the whole map. There would be a lot of flooding and things if I was to do that. And even though I have everything kind of turned off that would result in buildings being destroyed, I'm just not going to run that chance. So sorry, no boats going down these canals. And plus, when these canals were built in 1926, they were not designed for traffic as far as boats and things. They were designed to prevent flooding of the downtown area. So as you might have saw in the Peaceful Day series that covered the lower canals, it was a controversial move to even build these canals. However, they were built, and as a result, I'm making stuff up as we go. They were built to prevent flooding, and that is what they're for. They're not for boats to go up and down, although that would look really cool, I do admit. And if I had it to do over again, maybe I would have used the deeper canals. There would be an option to possibly use network skins and just, well, I guess it wouldn't really be network skins. It would just be kind of like a road anarchy, and then just change the canals over to the deeper canals. I just really do not want to run that risk. So I'm not going to quit asking about the boats. So something I am using, which is a network, is these network pipes to kind of connect these big oil cylinders. So this is going to be kind of like serve as an electrical company slash oil industry area, a place for a lot of trucks to be going up and down and all around, and even some storage units and places to keep some big rigs and stuff like that outside of the downtown area that are used for industrial. We're really close to the rail over here, which eventually that rail will probably service some industry. Right now it's mostly just passenger trains going up and down it, but that is very much something that could expand quite heavily, and I think that I'll probably end up doing that a little bit further down the road. So the ploppable asphalt becomes a surface, and then you can raise and lower that surface, so it's very easy to put roads underneath it. As soon as you do, you will immediately get cars like that Tahoe there, it looks like, parked up and down it, which is fine because that just adds a little bit of realism to it. I'm kind of just using this hill to my advantage. I put the ploppable asphalt, just kind of raised it a little bit. Using procedure objects, I also put this concrete barrier that serves as kind of make it look like it's elevated, and it's supposed to be that way. And then on top of this elevation, we've got the three big currently glowing tanks, and put on lots of little tanks, so it's kind of like a multiple types of industrial stuff there that trucks can pull up and fill up there. Here I put in some electrical wires and this electrical tower that might be hanging a tad bit too low. Let's take a look and see if this, it cleared it. Oh, it didn't clear the overpass though. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to fix that. Alright, so I got that all fixed. I wasn't going to make you suffer through me fixing the overpass. Here's a water tower that I just created through procedure objects. Made it a little bit smaller so it kind of just goes along with the scale of everything over here. I was just adding in some trailers here. So some big storage houses. And outside toilet, why not? So I'm just kind of making this look like it's all one big industrial, electrical, everything just kind of combined over here. Yeah, there's a little electrical tower coming off of that building there. Just gonna throw in some bushes right here to kind of cover up that gap from the ramp I made. That ramp, by the way, I just took some of the ploppable asphalt, converted it over to procedure objects, and then just rotated it to create kind of like a ramp that, if needed, trucks could drive up that ramp and drive all the way down to maybe do some repairs on the second level. Close little corner here, so we're going to put some barrels just to make sure people are being very cautious. That electrical building there, my idea was, it looks kind of old and grimy, so maybe it's like, okay, well, that thing's been here for a long time, and then everything was kind of built around it somewhat. Here I'm just kind of adding a little curb and kind of a gated entrance to the back portion of this, where maybe you have to have clearance to park your truck here. Not every truck can just come in and park and sleep overnight, which happens a lot around these types of areas. Here at the entrance I have this big garage, and I'm just going to put this little office building right up next to it. This will kind of serve as the office space for this industrial area. And that's about all we're going to do over here. And now we're heading to the other side of the canal, and now the fun begins. Something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that is put in this big Lego store and do something kind of fun with it. I had an idea for some of the things I found on the workshop that would tie along with this Lego store. Now, originally I was going to just make this all tourism over here, and the Lego store is under the commercial tab, but I'm considering this area tourism for a couple reasons. One, this is kind of a touristy area as it is, with the Curve Mall being a place that a lot of people want to go, and then also we have Quali Beach, which is the amusement park basically on the other side of that tram line, so only a short walk away from the Lego store, which of course is a money-making machine. I know that for a fact, since I have a lot of Legos. You like Legos? And who doesn't like Legos, right? I mean, odds are if you're a City Skylines player of a certain age, you probably played the Legos when you were a kid or some form of them. It's really the early day Legos for City Skylines, potential City Skyline players. So yes, Lego store. We have one here in Louisville. It might have closed during the pandemic, but hey, who's counting? So this Lego store, I'm trying to make something special out of it. I don't want it to just be a little store on the side of the road. I want it to be something a little bit more. So first thing I am doing is I'm putting a very proper entrance for it. As you can see, I've already built a parking lot and kind of using the big parking lot mod created a nice little parking lot and entrance here. But I'm also making, this is going to become a LEGO Waterfall. Yeah, I know you're shocked. This old gamer making another waterfall? I can't believe it. But yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making a man-made waterfall and a little Lego lake here, if you will. Just kind of putting a little bit of a waterfall up there in that blue block, and then just using a water decal surface to represent the water that is in here. And an extra block we'll just put behind. That's where the pumps are for the waterfall. We will pretend that anyway. We have a Lego sign here. We're just going to put it right on top. Cool. Now for some little small Lego sculptures, we'll just put on either side of this Lego fountain. And now, without further ado, we're going to create a Lego maze. See, this is tourism. This is enough tourism to justify a tourist area. Okay, so it's not the best looking maze in the world, but you get the picture. We're just going to put these flat Lego surfaces. These are the building surfaces that are a very big necessity if you are a Lego builder, if you build your own stuff, or if you're building packs of different sets like I do. They often come with these large plates that you can build. This one we're going to make procedure objects, so it kind of fits in here a little bit better. Not really worried about how these look all that much. They're kind of overlapping awkwardly in some places, but who cares? It's a Lego maze, people. The pink blocks mean you're going the wrong direction, while the red blocks mean you are going the wrong direction as well. Hopefully people do not get lost in this Lego maze. There are no emergency exits to this Lego maze. No way to get out of it other than just to get out of it. We'll just put this right here on the side. And these blocks are very move it friendly, so you can just stack them up as tall as you want. You could literally make whatever you wanted to with these Lego blocks. You could, I guess you could potentially just build your entire city in Legos. Don't give me any ideas. Boy, that would be extremely time consuming. Probably won't do that. Now here I'm going to make a Lego Pavilion, and we're going to put this right next to the Lego maze. So this is an area you could rent for birthday parties, or you could have you could come out here and just relax next to the canal. This is a very peaceful area to be, although there's a very large floating garbage collection place there in the middle, if you're wondering what that was. I was thinking about getting rid of it, but I have not yet. So we'll use these green Lego pads for underneath the pavilion here. That works out just well. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Tables and chairs. So for only $119.99, you can rent out the Lego Pavilion for 1 hour. What a value. Let's just kind of put some Legos around it. And there we go. And this place would be a gold mine if it really existed. Probably does exist, I'm just unaware of it. Legos, of course, is the pride of Denmark and now a major tourist attraction here on Sloop John Island. Now, right across from the Lego place, we're going to put in some more necessity type retail buildings. The Planet Fitness, which is a very popular gym chain here in America, along with Smoothie King, which is a very popular smoothie place, and Panera Bread, which is a very popular bread place. Just kind of squeezing them in here next to the T-Mobile. This is going to be an interesting way. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit a parking lot in here, but I'm going to try. I really do like this addition, though. A nice way to fill up this area between the canals and perfect spacing. Well, that about does it for Downtown episode 21. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed building blocks. And I really like the way this turned out. The tourism is booming in this area of the map, and I hope you are not a tourist. I hope you stick around, subscribe to my channel for more ridiculous content. Hit that like button if you feel compelled, and we will see you next time. I'm This Old Gamer. Bye-bye.